How to have a man fall deeply in love with you. 3 connection exercises for partners. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 incredibly powerful exercises that you can do with your boyfriend or with your partner that are going to have him fall absolutely head over heels, connect to you, all the good things. So make sure you stick around. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure you are. Hit the big red button and the little bell. Follow along on Insta at MakeHimYours. And don't forget to download my free sexting guide, The Classy Way to Create Erotic Tension Over Text. It is available from the description below. I'll see you right after this. Going to get straight into them. The first way is eye dates. So I remember my very first partner suggested this to me. She's like, Mark, we should try this concept. I read it in a book. It was actually Michael Ellsberg's book, The Power of Eye Contact. She said, it's called an eye date. I want to try it with you. We sit down, we look into each other's eyes. And I was pretty scared. This is a little vulnerable, but I did it with her. And I can tell you there has been no more powerful connecting exercise than this. So in this exercise, the couple sits facing each other and you simply look into each other's eyes. Blinking is fine and you can switch eyes if you like, just don't look anywhere else. You would be amazed at the chemistry this generates between a couple. As time goes on, after even a minute or so, you'll drop into deep connection with that person and the man will drop into deep connection with you. And you know, they say when you hold eye contact long enough, there is only 2 possible outcomes: fighting or fucking. And look, I can tell you, I have never gotten into a fight with my partner doing this exercise. Fortunately, me and Jermia broke eye contact before either of those 2 occurred. The second exercise is called in-tune breathing. This is incredibly powerful as well, and in a similar vein, it connects you on an energetic and physiological level to your partner. So I first experienced this at a feminine energy workshop last year. Me and a bunch of other men were there to witness the women in their feminine, and as part of the exercise, there was a huge amount of energy in the room. And a woman I didn't know sat down and did this with me, and I had no idea who this woman was, right? And she sits down with me and just starts breathing perfectly in tune. And the chemistry, the connection formed by doing that was unbelievable. This exercise is very simple. Again, the couple just sits down facing each other. This time though, you simply focus on breathing slowly and together. You'll find as time goes on, you become physically and energetically more and more connected and in sync with your partner. And while it might seem kind of weird in the first 60 seconds, I can promise you the intensity and beauty of the connection gets very real after the first 2 to 3 minutes. This exercise is not for the faint of heart. And number 3 is called Candid conversation time. So this is quite different to the first 2 exercises. The first 2 are about connection and bonding, and this one is about connection and bonding, but it's through a very different means. A lot of women come to me and they're in relationships that are still at a level 1. They might have been with that guy months or even years, but especially if it's long distance, they haven't been through any of the challenges. They haven't been through the growth. They haven't been through the tough times that have forced the candid conversations. So even though time-wise they might have been together a while, development-wise, they're still very immature. Candid conversation time is where you set aside a bit of time, whether it's every week or every month, to have candidly honest conversations. That is, you each can bring up things that you know the other might not want to hear. Now, one of the big experiences that taught me about this was actually many years ago when I was coaching a client who was HIV positive. Unfortunately, that creates some struggles in your dating, as you can imagine, and it means she has to have very candid conversations with the men she's dating very early. But something interesting happened when I was coaching her. I noticed that even though a proportion of men straight away said, no, I don't want to date you, there was a smaller proportion that said, okay, we're doing this. This is happening. And as a result, she very quickly filtered in the men that were right for her and the men that wanted to bond deeply, and pushed away a lot of the men that did not. She had to have these candid conversations at the very beginning, and these are never easy conversations to have, but once you've had them, it's kind of like playing a video game on a higher level. You're now leveled up, you're now more experienced. And honestly, when you look at a long-term couple, and you ask, why are you together? What kept you together for 20 years? Their answer is never the honeymoon or the good times, right? Their answer is working through the tough times together. So candid conversation time is where you set aside this time each week or each month to have these somewhat difficult conversations and level up your relationship.
Hey, can I run something by you?
Sure.
All right, well, how would you feel about maybe like once a week or once a month, just having like real conversations and kind of discussing stuff that goes on between us?
Okay, well, don't we do that anyway? What do you mean?
All right, well, I know it sounds weird, but I figure a couple is only really as strong as their toughest times. So if we can just have real talks, kind of figure out what's going on between us, because I know sometimes things come up and, you know, it's easy to kind of push them under the rug or not deal with them because it's just easier not to. So if we have open conversations about stuff that's going on, you know, you could just say whatever you wanted to me, whatever's on your mind, you know, if anything's scaring you or just anything that you want to talk about. I'll just listen and, you know, not react, just totally understand. And you just do the same for me.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds kind of good. We can try it. Sunday?
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
I do recommend when you're having these conversations, you let the guy share first and the guy go first, because you need to be the one setting the example of you're not going to react. You're going to reward the honesty. You might have seen my video with Benjamin Ritter recently on how important candidness is and how important this kind of honesty is. And even though these conversations are tough, and even though occasionally they could even end a relationship, just like the HIV example, once you have them and succeed through them, you have a relationship that is all the more stronger, more powerful, and a man who's more deeply bonded to you. So you get to spend more time having eye dates, doing in-sync breathing, and having a whole bunch of fun in your loving connection. And that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on these exercises, these powerful bonding exercises. Love to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to download the sexting guide as well. It's the classy guide to erotic sexting. So make sure you get it from the link in the description below. Hit the big red subscribe button with the little bell and of course the like button, and follow along on Insta at Make Him Yours. All the behind the scenes is there. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video very soon.
I looked back and it looked like you had a fist. I was like, oh, please do not punch me.
Jermia's been spending a lot of money lately on a new bridge habit. She says it's going to pay off in the long run. We're currently down $56,000. I don't know where the money's
But I'll get
going.
back out of the hole. I'll do it.
I don't know where the money.
I'll save you this
In fact, for candid conversation time, this would probably be a good thing to address.
It's not Sunday, if I recall.
That's the next one.
I was very out of breath because I was very like, I was like, you know, you just... Do you see the conditions I work under?
You two need to stop fighting.
Matt, get out of the shot. I can't really stop laughing. It's too hard. I've never been good at these because I just giggle too much.
No, you're not.
Okay, can you time 30 seconds?
Sunday?
No.
No.
No. I've got a very sexy surprise planned for Sunday.
Oh. Monday.
Yeah.
Monday. Yeah. Okay.
I never know what's going to come out of my mouth.